That's right. Happy New Year. A time for new beginnings, new results, and new champions. The holidays are over, so enough of playing with kids from around the country. It's time to take on your conference foes. The girls took over the DC Armory for a special basketball classic, and a former athlete of the week is making a big announcement. Don't worry, there's only 364 more days until December 31st, so unwind with us on High School Sports Final, and it's next.
Here we go. Wilson and Forestville getting ready to square off in the Title IX tournament being held at the DC Armory. Wilson with the ball here. Tazaya Hall finds Delio Green, who drains the three-pointer. Believe it or not, this ended up being a pretty close game as Forestville would edge out Wilson 57-52.
From News Channel 8, this is High School Sports Final.
Hey there, and thanks for joining us for High School Sports Final. Welcome to 2015. I'm your host, Monica McNutt. Lots of scores and highlights to get to. As always, nothing has changed in the new year, so let's not waste any time. DeMatha, the area's #1 team, getting their chance to show their talent on the four-letter network. Fancy. That's right, the Stags on ESPN in the Hoop Hall West Classic in Arizona, taking on Sierra Canyon High School out of California. DeMatha on the bright lights and the big stage, taking on Sierra Canyon. Sierra Canyon with the ball there. Adam Seiko gets to the rim, gives up the pass. Cody Riley with the jam there. The Stags have the ball here. Markel Fultz finds the Darling corner and knocks down the three ball there. Inbound pass stolen there by DJ Harvey, who misses, but Markel Fultz is Johnny on the spot, and he finds the layup. You guessed it, Nate Darling. The Stags on the run as Nate Darling brings up court, and he finds a streaking DJ Harvey, who shows off some of that leaping ability with the slam. He's just a highlight reel. But Sierra Canyon proves to be too much for the Stags as they edge them out in a close one, winning this one 65-60. Middleburg Academy and Westfield squaring off in the Bulldog Bash. There's Middleburg's Andrew Korn with the jumper in the lane. Westfield with the ball now, and they move it around, and Tyler Scanlon ends up with it, drives for the lane, and would score the layup. Middleburg with the ball here as Ige Edwards is going to come off the screen and is able to knock down the jumper. That is a fundamental move, kids. And not to be outdone, the Bulldogs' Tyler Scanlon drives the baseline, lays it in over the defense. Even though Middleburg fought tough, they just couldn't close the gap on Westfield. Westfield comes out on top, winning 61-54. In the Stanley Martin home tournament, Gwynn Park faces off against River Hill. Gwynn Park's CJ Miller comes up with the steal here and takes this one all the way for the layup with a nice fancy finish. 2 points there. River Hill, though, they will pull away in the second half, defeating Gwynn Park 54-40. Time now for our Itility Athlete of the Week, and we'll turn to girls basketball. Our Athlete of the Week had a good tournament, leading her team to an undefeated run in the Title IX tournament at the DC Armory. She led the Lady Raiders of Stonewall Jackson in a 63-52 win over the 7th-ranked Georgetown Visitation Cubs. Junior Genesis Parker had 25 points in the big win for the 3rd-ranked Lady Raiders. Coach Diana Martinez said of the win, "Going into the new year undefeated is a big feat for us." Parker hit some big and deep shots to keep the Cubs at bay, long enough to get the win. So congrats to Genesis Parker, our Itility Athlete of the Week. Lots of games to get to, and we're just getting started here on High School Sports Final. Up next, our game of the night comes from Montgomery County and one of the holiday tournaments there, naturally, because it's holiday time. Plus, we'll tell you about a tournament this weekend that's sure to have some of the area's best talent involved. And don't forget, for the latest scores and highlights of featured games, you can log on to hssportsfinal.com. Welcome back to High School Sports Final. While many students were off enjoying their winter break, maybe a winter vacation, a little traveling, many of our players were hard at work at holiday tournaments all across the area. Our game of the week comes from the Springbrook tournament, not involving the Blue Devils, but Marriott's Ridge and Gaithersburg. So let's go to Silver Spring for our game of the week. Gaithersburg, as we mentioned, taking on Marriott's Ridge in the Springbrook tournament, and the Trojans on the move. Andy Kowalski gets the outlet and lays that one in. More Gaithersburg, Anthony Tark with the steal and the slam there. But Marriott's Ridge using some defense and the push ahead. Kowalski thinks he has an open layup, but Alex Caffey comes in with the block there. Then more from the Mustangs. Inbounds, Greg Spillman, hang in the air, hits that shot and the foul. Mustangs on the run. Caps goes hard to the rim there. He gets the layup. This was really a back and forth game. Can you feel the highlights moving fast? The play of the game, though, here, Sean Freshley with the steal and slam. The Trojans trying to get back into this one. Then watch this tough move by Greg Cross. Oh, man, the hoop and the harm. Gaithersburg goes on to win 90-81. The Brad Pinchbeck Basketball Holiday Invitational, say that 3 times fast, at Einstein High School in Sherwood and Richard Montgomery. The Rockets are a really good team. Pass underneath to Nick Jackson, kicks that one out. Julian Watson drains the 3 ball. Sherwood, no slouch either, though. They're just 2 years removed from the state title game. There's Hunter Moore with the long switch of his own. Richard Montgomery goes inside now. Nick Jackson gets the nice pass and lays that one in. Then there will be more inside play. The move from Tim Whaley, the runner and the foul. Oh man, nice. Some defense here by the Rockets. The big block by Jackson and Danny Alexander. This time, Richard Montgomery's defense turns into offense. They're gonna push off of this block in transition. Renze Farin sends that one ahead. There's a layup. That's what you get in transition, layups. Richard Montgomery stays undefeated, beating Sherwood 62-44. McNamara and O'Connell facing off in the Title IX tournament, and McNamara is on the move here. Kira Frames pushes the ball up the court with a nice crossover. She gets all the way to the rim for the layup. No and one there, but she got the 2 points. That's what matters. Then Micah Johnson-Matthews is going to get her teammates locked in on defense. There we go. That's some defense. O'Connell with the ball here. Oh, there's a defense. So now she's going to go down and score and finish that layup off the steal. O'Connell will get the ball. Coral Gillette is going to attempt a layup as well. Oh, I'm going to play behind, folks. That is a basket by O'Connell, but O'Connell will go on and fall in this one. McNamara wins 51-37. Taking you to Montgomery County is Springbrook hosting Kennedy in the Springbrook tournament. Springbrook with the ball, and they move it around. Vincent Brown takes his man off the dribble and finds Aaron Burton on the baseline. He lays that one up strong. Nicely done, fellas. Kennedy with the ball as Justin Dantzler takes it strong to the baseline, and he gets the hoop and the harm. I love these and ones. It was just the spirit of giving from the refs for the Christmas holiday, right? Springbrook on offense now as Donovan Walker finds E.J. Dyson, who knocks down a 3-point shot. Boom. Springbrook goes on to beat Kennedy 51-36. To Wheaton for the nighttime classic. The Knights on the fast break, couple of misses, but it's Adeline Benton for the follow-up. That's why rebounding is key. More of Wheaton. Kelvin Bodu on the dribble drive and kick out to Victor Barkley, who spots up and hits the 3. The Avalon misses usually turned into opportunities for Wheaton. You have to get back on defense or at least stop the ball, but Barkley looking like a young Charles and going coast to coast for the lay-in. Avalon hanging tough, though. Here, James Davern is going to get the steal, and Davern goes all the way down court and gets the layup, and he, too, would get an and one on that play. Too much of Wheaton, however. The nice cut by Kelvin Bondu hits the nice fade away. There it is. Wheaton goes on to win 68-54. Gonzaga on the road in Delaware for the slam dunk to the beach showcase, taking on Christ the King out of New York. Royals moving the ball around the perimeter. Raleigh Alkins, hits the 3, and that one would be good. Gonzaga's fighting back. There's Sam Miller inside. He gets the bucket to fall, and he gets the foul. And then more from the Dayton commit. Chris likes that alley-oop there. You saw that. Fantastic. Then we got a 3-ball. Because you get inside, you get outside. That's the way it works in this one. But Christ the King would fight back, and they would play tough. The steal there, Yashawn Bright capitalizing with the slam dunk. From King and Alkins, He's a stud in New York, and Gonzaga just didn't have an answer for him. Gonzaga falls in this one 63-51. No school means lots of time to play. Tournaments, that is, with lots of fun, lots of free time, but it doesn't mean learning has to stop. For the ladies that participated in one local tournament, they were still learning on and off the court. This is the 6th annual Title IX Holiday Tournament in Washington, D.C., featuring 42 girls high school basketball teams from around the country. But it didn't start like this.
And we started off, we had a summer league at Coolidge High School, and then the next year we decided to have a Christmas tournament.
A summer league that blossomed into a tournament with a twist.
The workshop that stood out to me was branding yourself. You have to have a brand for yourself.
Yes, workshops, and not about basketball skills. The tournament, which takes time out to honor the women who pioneered the 1972 Title IX law, which gave women equal access to federally funded activities, also includes workshops designed to help the young women develop as people and not just athletes.
I feel like it's a professional development for the young ladies, getting them out there, getting them seen, getting them to meet different people, professionals, to see you can be who you can be, who you can grow to be.
And the players aren't the only beneficiaries. Presenting sponsor Events DC has been involved for 4 years.
It's very important for Events DC to be involved because it helps to bring people into the city during a down period, which is a holiday season, New Year's Eve.
And while the games are the players' focus, they know the importance of the other stuff too.
It's a good opportunity to think outside of basketball with your peers and learn about more stuff.
There you go. You definitely got to think outside the box. The WCAC girls matchup here. McNamara trying to stop Good Counsel and Nicole Enabasi. They did not do the job early as the Falcons get right to it. And Enabasi, so yeah, all right, rebound and put back for the Deuces. 2 points, it counts. Then some Good Counsel defense. Kara Judkins is going to get the block on that play. Outstanding, good timing. And then on the other end, Judkins gets it low on the block and muscles in for the bucket. Not what McNamara coach Frank Oliver had in mind, but that's why you coach him up. So back come the Mustangs. Morgan Smith on the break gets into the lane and dishes to Kyra Frames for the lay-in. Then right before the half, the push by Good Counsel and Hallie Burgess launches and she hits it. That's a buzzer beater. Everybody goes crazy. Good Counsel ends up taking this one easily, 49-40. I don't know how easy that was. It sounds like a pretty good game. All right, more to come on High School Sports Final, including our play of the week. And it comes from the area's top team and a couple of other good plays to go along with it. An area star participating in the Under Armour All-Star Game, declaring where he'll play on Saturdays this fall. So exciting. And you have a chance to show us who has the most energetic and spirited high school. Log on to WJLA.com/spirit and tell us why your school is the best. Chapelgate Christian and Longreach face off in the Panther Holiday Invitational at Paint Branch High School. Matthew Ferrion uses the pick to knock down that three-pointer there. Longreach with the ball as Rondell Carter drives baseline and takes it up strong for a contested layup. He gets the finish. Longreach with the press, and it gets busted as Stephen Jolly finds Matthew Pearson, dribbles around the defender. Threes in transition. I love threes in transition. He knocks down that three-pointer. Longreach with another possession as Rondell Carter finds a cutting Terrell Lamar for an easy layup. Fabulous execution, gentlemen. Off the Longreach miss here, Malik Grandy gathers the rebound and finds a streaking Seth Madden. This was a great transition basketball game for the layup. Chapelgate Christian goes on to beat Longreach 68-58. A couple of area stars involved with the Under Armour All-American game. Stonewall Jackson's Tim Settle was there, the defensive lineman, one of the top defensive linemen in the country. So today, when he wanted to declare where he wanted to play college ball, A decision between Louisville and Virginia Tech and USC settled, decided on.
But the college I plan on going to for the next 4 years is Virginia Tech.
Why Virginia Tech?
They've been there forever, and I have a great opportunity to come in here as a freshman to impact.
Loyalty, folks, such a great moment. And while some are declaring where they will play college, one of our former athletes of the week is declaring where he'll play on Sundays, or declaring that he hopes to play on Sundays. In 2011, we featured Briarwood's receiver and defensive back Alex Carter. He has a good pedigree. He and his father is a former Redskins cornerback, Tom Carter. Well, after a few good seasons at Stanford, Carter has now declared for the NFL draft. Here's a look back at Alex Carter. Here's Britt McHenry.
Alex Carter receives more than passes on the football field. The Briarwood senior earned a roster spot in the Army All-American Bowl.
It's incredible right now. Like, ever since I was younger, I've dreamed about playing in this game, and to have it all happen right now is just amazing.
Only 90 high school students across the country earn a bid to the prestigious game, and Carter's 4.1 GPA helped him stand out.
Because he's so athletic, a lot of people kind of wanted to steer him away from taking classes that were too difficult, but he never really struggled with them. He was always capable of doing them, so there was no reason for him to take the easy road out.
Carter has something else to celebrate. He recently got accepted into Stanford University.
I've always thought about going to Stanford since I was younger, and so going there, it's going to be awesome. Joining Andrew Luck and everyone who's been through there.
Even with all his recent accolades, Carter's coaches and teammates make sure to keep him grounded.
When he's wide open, I think he thinks about it a little bit too much. He's got a couple drops, but we just like to mess with him. You know, keep him fun, keep him humble. He's humble himself, but we like to throw some shots every now and then.
Wow, well, congratulations to him. Still more as we wrap up this edition of High School Sports Final. Time for our plays of the week, and we'll discuss a great basketball tournament that you can check out this weekend. Remember, you can log on to Facebook and let us know what your high school play of the week should be. Here's some from us, though. DeMatha getting some national love, taking on Sierra Canyon out of California, trailing, but DJ Harvey doing his thing, getting up high with the reverse jam, although DeMatha would ultimately fall on that one 60-65, or 65-60, I should say. Marriott Ridge and Gaithersburg, Sean Freshley with the steal, and he is going to slam it up on the other end. The Trojans trying to get back into that game with that play. That's certainly one to get you hyped, right? Those are pretty good plays of the week, and we love talking about basketball. All right, so we've done a lot of highlights from various tournaments, and while there's certainly a blast to play in, there's a lot of work that goes into them behind the scenes. We're going to talk to the brains behind the operation of one coming up this weekend. Arize Ifejika of More Than Basketball joined us on High School Sports Final. We're talking about the Uptown Hoop Fest Showcase.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So tell us about it. That's this weekend?
Yes, this weekend, which is tomorrow, actually, Saturday, January 3rd. The Uptown Hoop Fest is traditionally an event where the top teams in the inner high are matched up against a comparable opponent, pretty much putting them on that plateau and that platform as, you know, some of the WCAC schools, Catholic schools, private schools to kind of, you know, get the kids off the streets for a day, you know, let them come together in one community, positivity, and you know, root for their teammates and their classmates.
Now, this isn't the first Uptown Hoop Fest.
It's our 6th, actually.
Outstanding. So 6 years, what's kind of been, or how did you, tell me how you got into putting these tournaments out there and giving these kids opportunities to showcase their talents?
When I was growing up in high school and middle school, I was never a guy. I didn't go to a private school or anything like that, so I was never a guy that looked like was into basketball. Like, oh, I want to go see this school play. I don't want to call nobody out, but like go see this school and that school play. I wasn't into that. I was like, where are the girls at? I was trying to, you know, be fly, whatever. Mm-hmm. And parties wasn't really where it was at all the time too, because you know, inner city violence, you know, neighborhood, you know, issues and stuff. So I never had an opportunity to come somewhere, you know, and see nice girls and chill with my homies and a place of positivity, you know, so I just thought it'd be cool to do that for the next generation.
All right, so we've got these showcases, but they are products of a larger entity. You want to talk about your company a little bit?
Yeah, the umbrella or parent company is More Than Basketball, which is a sports management company that showcases different events, elite amateur talent in the game of basketball, putting them on that plateau to, for college scholarships or, just to say I played on my high school basketball team. And with that audience generated, we promote and leverage other businesses. I have a party bus because obviously, kids, homecoming, proms, etc. I have a fashion line, go-go band, things of that nature. And I also manage some like online personalities as well, which is a new thing that's been coming to fruition lately. So.
Good stuff.
Do some things.
So I'm hearing you say that your kind of whole impetus for wanting to start this and start the tournaments is to give back, essentially.
Essentially, yes.
So far, you're having your 6th annual Hoop Fest. I've been to a couple of your events. What's kind of been the favorite part of watching this thing unfold for you?
My favorite part, honestly, is number one is changing people's thought process where people feel like you can't put on big showcases unless you have like the cat's meow of basketball. And 2, just like hearing stories from like a 4th grader who like is like in the 9th grade now, like came to like the 2nd annual or the 1st annual, and like letting them tell you those type of stories. Like it's kind of like heartfelt,
Good stuff. All right, so on the basketball end, what are some teams that you kind of, so-and-so's playing in my tournament, I got to check that out, or even players that you've enjoyed watching?
Honestly, like for me, I enjoy just watching a kid be able to do something positive with their lives. As much as like we all want to shout out the top 10 play worthy talent, it's also good to say like, well, that kid is not in the streets, or that kid did something positive in his life and he's actually able to earn a free education through his talents. I mean, he might never go to the NBA, he might never be on SportsCenter, but he's not going to be in jail, he's not going to be in the system either, which is something to be celebrated with all the stuff going on.
Outstanding. Good stuff, Reese. Well, I certainly commend you on the effort that you're making. So that's tomorrow, be at Wilson High School. For the Uptown Hoop Fest Showcase. That's all we have for this first edition of High School Sports Final of the new year. Don't forget you can catch every single highlight and story that you saw here on our webpage, hssportsfinal.com. We'll catch you next week.